This is my final video about the Subway dilemma, and we're going to go over some numbers and we're going to test out two other shops, and I can now tell you why Subway's failing. And let's go and jump into the numbers right now, because people have been asking me, why do I want to save Subway? It's not that I necessarily want to save Subway, it's that all these people that have franchisees are in trouble because they cannot go out and make changes to their specific area to be more profitable, right? So let's look at it. In the United States, as of August of 2024, there are approximately 20,576 Subway stores. And 50% of all these stores are operated by immigrants, right? And 99% of all these stores are actually franchisees. So they're all dependent on the parent company to come up with ideas, come up with plans, and do all that, right? So now let's go to two different sandwich shops, see what they do differently, and see what Subway can do to actually save themselves and do better. So let's go do that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go test out two more sandwich stores that I would say are way better, and we're going to go and check out how they are price competitive. And then we're going to talk about on a walk later on what I think is the downfall of Subway. And people have been telling me, why do I care about Subway? It's not that I care per se about Subway the brand, but Subway has a huge amount of people that are franchisee owners, and a bunch of them are immigrants. And those I do have a heart for, because as an immigrant, you try to make it in the United States, and you get sold a dream, and then all of a sudden reality comes crashing down on you. So we're going to test out two more alternatives today and see what they do and how they compare, and see how these independent Subway franchisees can improve and make a better experience for everybody and might save their livelihood. Allie's pick, and she went to Capri's, and we're gonna see what she's gonna get, what it's gonna cost. I'm gonna go to Smith's, Safeway, Albertsons, and we're gonna check that out. How much did you spend?
$19.26
for one foot long, right?
10 inches
10 inches
with a chips and a drink.
with chips and a drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a turkey sandwich with cranberry and stuffing.
Okay. So let's go to Smith's and see what they got at the grocery store.
Okay.
We're now at Smith's trying it out. So here we go. At a grocery store, we're going to see how much we can get a sandwich for. So let's see if this is a more price conscious and a better quality product, and maybe they have better service too. So this is where we're at today. So got a full bag. This was $20, and I've got actually two sandwiches because we're going to compare freshly baked bread, two different types. And now we got three sandwiches to try. They did not really make him right there for you, but they've made him a little while ago. So I'll show you how they are, and we're going to see and compare them and see which one is actually better. This time I did not get the download the app and do the buy one, get one free, because then I get all these emails. And for this test, it's just not worth it. So let's see at the house what we got. So this is what I got for $20. I got one of these, and look at that. This is freshly done. Then I got this one. This one was also done in the morning a little while ago. Then I got a bigger bag of chips and a Gatorade for $20. This was the receipt right here at Smith's. So the total came out to $21.60. So we're going to do a taste test and see why Subway can't make quality stuff like this. And we're going to check out Allie's now. So what did you get?
I got a 10-inch Thanksgiving sandwich because my birthday's around Thanksgiving. So I got turkey, cranberry, and stuffing with mayonnaise grilled.
Take a bite, see how it is. Better than Subway?
Yeah. This sandwich has got personality.
The other one didn't.
Subway had, I don't know. No.
Cool. What?
This is one of the best sandwiches I've actually ever had. Thanksgiving in a sandwich. This is so good.
So
Wow.
no,
Subway is
down.
the wrong way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
The spread is good. Everything. So I'll see you guys in my walk. Okay, so now we're back and we just tested out these two different places. We went to Smith's to get sandwiches and we went to Allie's favorite spot to get sandwiches. And customer service on both places were top notch. Subway, not so much. The quality of the food at these other two places, top notch. Subway, not so much. So it is lacking in all areas of um, Subway's approach, right? It lacks in customer service, it lacks in quality of product. And this has to change if you want to compete with these other places. And also, these were actually more expensive, but you got more food, better quality food, and they've lasted you longer. So you can buy one sandwich. Me and Allison could have bought one sandwich and actually then could have split it and we would have been fine. We would have been full. But with Subway, we ate the whole one and we were like, okay, so it lasted us longer. So yeah, this is just some stuff that, they have to improve upon if they want to stay in business, right? So now we're also going to talk about what's up next for all these Subway franchisees. When you sign a franchisee's order, and I kind of know something about it because I wanted to open up a yogurt land in Half Moon Bay before I decide to go independent. And when you do that, you sign documents, crazy, crazy documents for for your rights away, basically, because you got to pick their supplier, you got to do stuff according to their code. They will market for you. There's SOPs that you have to follow by the dot in order for them to keep you on, right? And so now, when I look at all these other sandwich shops that are around, it is not competable. You cannot compete with these other ones because the quality is so much better. So now Subway has a critical spot. They're at a fork in the road. You either go for cheap and you kind of keep the shitty quality, but you go for super cheap and you say, hey, we're going to be the cheap spot to where people come to when they want a cheap sandwich, or we improve and kind of compete with these higher end ones. Because as we know, McDonald's and all these other ones, all these other fast food chains are losing customers because they're increasing prices. So I do feel that there is a spot in it for the $5 foot long where, they're not making a bunch of money, but if they can say, hey, we're going to cater to a certain niche and we're catering to these people that don't want to spend a lot but still want something of value, then they come to us. I know it's not the greatest product, but at least we make it up in price, right? And I feel like there's a valuable thing said about if you're going to go down that route and say, hey, we're not the best quality food, but hey, we're affordable and we're cheap, right? And we got semi-decent healthy options, but they're not the best in the business, but hey, we're very price competitive. And I think nowadays there's a lack of affordable prices. And let me know in the comments below if you agree with that, because I think nowadays everything is 20 something dollars plus, right? And when I go to, Smith's and all these other ones, they called your name, they greeted you when you walked in. Subway didn't do any of that, right? So there's something said about all these changes that needs to be happening on an executive level and then trickle down, right? So trickle down, trickle down marketing or whatever you want to call it. But it is brutal for, these franchisees because they're looking up to their, to their contracts, to their lawyers, and, seeing what they can do and trying to, make a decent product, right? And I don't think any immigrants is going to be happy with a subpar product. And, when you go into these franchise agreements, you know that you cannot start adding your own stuff to it or you're going to get sued up the yin yang because you're dealing with a huge corporation that has hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in, in cash flow that they can allocate towards and just ruin your life with heavy lawyers, right? So now, if you're going to go down the route of, providing cheap products, you got to be aware that, having cheap products is going to cater to a certain type of people. And when you're going to do that, then, that's fine, right? Because, you're going to cater to a lower a lower tier, customer service. You're going to cater to just cheap food. And then when you have cheap food, you're not looking for that extra customer care, right? You're like, hey, the food's cheap, customer service sucks, the locations kind of sucks, but hey, I get some cheap food out of it, so we're good. But if you want to get, into that higher class food, you need to train your employees. You got to have better display. You got to work on a whole bunch of different things that make it just pop a little extra, right? And from what we've experienced now, even with buy one, get one free, it's not that good of a deal because you can just go to Smith's, you can go to Capriani's and all these other sandwich stores to get a way, way bigger sandwich, right? So now the question is going to be how many of these stores are going to fail and go out of business, right? I've seen all over online that they've closed down last year hundreds of stores super quietly, and then they're gonna, reopen some of it. And I think this year has been the first year that they're like, trying to revamp the brand and, do all this. And with this emergency meeting, 19,000 franchisee owners got invited to it. And now you're going to have to decide, is this the right path for me as a franchisee or is it not, right? Because you are also in it with them, right? You're basically coattailing on their back and their decisions. So you need to decide if this journey is worth you taking, or is it, hey, I open up my own independent shop and I know it might be a harder road, but at least I have, quality stuff. And if I can get, do my own deals, do my own marketing, in the long run, it might be a better win for you to actually do that because of, mom and pop shops. And what I've been hurt a little bit is that some people in the comment section said, why don't you support mom and pop shops? And these people don't know that all these are franchisees and these are small and pop shops, right? It's not like McDonald's that owns, is corporately owned. No, 99% are actually mom and pop shops. So this isn't, owned by the, by the by the big corporations. I think the biggest ones are and the best locations are owned by, Subway itself, and the rest of them are owned by independent shops, right? Or independent franchisees. So that was like, oh man, I need to clarify this up because most of them are owned by mom and pops, right? So things are just not going in the right way. And you need to now decide, is this going to be the route you want to take, or are you going to say, I'm done and I'm out? Because if you know how to do sandwiches and make sandwiches, you can probably make a better product as an independent sandwich shop than you can with Subway, right? Because you can partner with local bakeries, you can do whatever you want and provide a top-notch product. And yeah, for me, I'm just like, nah, this ain't gonna happen with Subway. The turnaround is gonna be brutal. You have to either cut prices or increase quality and increase, all these things. So curious to hear what you guys think. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel where they can you know get it to be more profitable, because even on the $5 footlong, they're like 7 cents profitability. And that's just not enough for a store owner, like a mom and pop shop, to do it. Yes, it gets people into the door, then you hope that they're gonna, buy a drink, buy some chips. But I don't know if there's gonna be a line out the door just because of it. You almost need to cater to people at lunchtime and say, hey, buy one, get one free, or something like it, or, do something where people stand out in front of the line, to make sure that, you're going to get a decent product. It's almost like they need to have vents going out of the store and make sure that it smells like fresh bread. So people will know, oh my gosh, Subway's baking new bread. And this is what we're going to, we need to go there because they just baked freshly new breads. So yeah, these are the things and the challenges that Subway's going to be facing in the next coming year, especially now with all these layoffs and all these economic downturns in the market where people aren't looking to go the extra high class. They're trying to save a few dollars and trying to, make it on less money because they don't know, the uncertain times, right? Because when you have uncertainty in any market, right, you got to save your own ass. You're like, yeah, I want to save my neighbors, and I don't want to fire the pizza guy, but I also got to save my own ass because I cannot support my local mom and pop shop and me going belly up, right? And house foreclosures and all that kind of stuff, because you still need to be the own driver of your own boat in your own financial with your own financial goals, right? So yeah, this was it about from this video. Please like and subscribe if you like this. And you can send me articles in the about section of my profile. There's my email. Shoot me an email, connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's chat about it, leave a comment. And yeah, I really, really appreciate you guys. It's gorgeous weather out here. People have been saying, oh, it's so sweet. Where are you at? No natural disasters. Yeah, no natural disaster, but it is hot. It is warm just how I like it. Winter time's coming, so this is not going to be too great for me because I do not like winter. I do not like rain. This is why I'm in the desert where it like almost never rains. So I appreciate you guys watching for so long. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of this, and I am out.